second for a handful of people to get in. If you are in Ledka's Live, don't leave and come over here. Stay in Ledka's Live. If he's still grinding for hours, for sure. If he's not, then the heck with it. Come over here. just kidding, Ledka. But Hey Arturo, how are you? You having a good week? Well, I got to talk to Adventures with Squatchy earlier, and we were kind of kicking around how you deal with things in the winter when you are primarily a field herping channel and you rely on natural footage of reptiles to keep your stuff going. And we kind of went around, put our heads together tonight on some issues. I'm doing fine, Arturo. I'm kind of the same. I just watched the Texas Parks and Wildlife special that's on, it's limited access. It's on public television. It may be on YouTube. Look up Texas Parks and Wildlife on YouTube and see if you can find their TV shows. Because a lot of times they kick those, well, they do that with Outdoor Oklahoma in the state of Oklahoma. So I think they do that with Texas Parks and Wildlife. And they had a great episode featuring John Davis, who's their law enforcement coordinator. I know the guy. And he's a good guy. They also featured a guy named Andy Glusenkamp, who was formerly the state herpetologist at Texas Parks and Wildlife. Today he's with the San Antonio Zoo, and I think he's either a reptile keeper or curator or something of that nature. And anyway, they were covering the plight of the Texas horned lizard. And, those things were statewide in Oklahoma in the 70s and 80s. And then midway through the 80s, we just kind of quit seeing them. And they're a lizard species that I really, really took for granted myself. Because I'd go to my brother's soccer practice in 1981, 82, and find 5 of them, 10 of them, something like that. We were, they were discussing possible reasons as to why the Texas horned lizard was no longer in abundance in a lot of areas, and they've disappeared through a lot of Texas. And there's, different theories such as, fire ants running out the harvester ants, which are the main diet of the Texas horned lizard. And they also dealt with the advent of Bermuda grass, which is not native to this area. And a lot of places have been planting it instead of that, I can't remember what kind of grass it is, that was naturally here before before that time. I can't remember what it was called. They said it on the show, so I'll have to go back and look up that show and see if I can. Well, I still have it on DVR, but if I can't find a YouTube link for it or something, I don't know. I'll look for a YouTube link on it so I can post it in the comments, and hopefully if you catch this later, you can tune into it and watch it. Winter is you guys' off season, maybe film some footage of squirrels. That's actually not a bad idea, Arturo. We were discussing different things in nature that we could film through the winter. It's just kind of, for the most part, our core audience won't tune into it. And one trick I use, I wouldn't say it's a trick, because I mean, I've been, excuse me, sorry. I've been fairly totally honest about it. I usually, if I have a good year herping, I shoot a ton of video, and so I may release a video in the middle of winter that I actually shot that spring or the fall before or even the spring before. It just kind of goes back and forth. And I kind of generally allude to this in the description of my videos. You know that this was 2019. This was a video that was earlier uploaded on this channel, or something along those lines. What wipes out the Texas horn lizard? Arturo, that's the $50,000 question, because they used to be all over the area, literally. And people didn't think they would be like in Northeast Oklahoma. They were all over Northeast Oklahoma. And we think what is happening, and by all means, I'm no expert on the Texas horn lizard. I do love them. They are probably, next to a couple species of rattlesnake, they're probably my favorite Texas reptile and Oklahoma reptile as well, because we still have them here in the state. But they think that the advent of the fire ant, which runs out the harvester ant, which is the only thing the Texas horn lizard primarily eats, is one factor. They think the planting of Bermuda grass is another factor, because the lizards used to hide really well in that scrubby type of grass that was all over Oklahoma before people started putting down Bermuda grass. And so any field you found anywhere in the late 70s or the 80s in Oklahoma would have Texas horn lizards in it. It was just a given. I think pesticides have played a role. I think habitat destruction has played a role. We do know there's like colonies of them, definitely east of I-35 in Oklahoma. And we know they're more commonly sighted today west of I-35. It's definitely, you definitely see more of that kind of original habitat that's unaltered out there, and things like that. The fire ants arrived from South America, if I remember correctly, Arturo. But I want to say that I know they the fire ants got a hold in the southeast United States, and I think from there made it to Texas, Oklahoma, places like that. I want to say they were kind of like in Florida, and Georgia and those areas, Alabama, and then they made it west. Yeah, and once again, please do your own research. Do not take me as gospel on this. What I'm pretty sure science has proven is that the Texas horn lizard only can eat the harvester ant, or they get some kind of nutrition or chemical or something from the harvester ant that they don't get from other species of ants. Hey Graham, how you doing, man? How's your Saturday treating you? But long story short, hey Survival, how you doing? It's good to see you, Survival. I haven't been on YouTube as much lately, so I know I need to get caught up on some of your channel. But anyway, it could be a number of factors as to what has actually made the Texas horn lizard disappear in Oklahoma and Texas and even Kansas. I think Kansas used to have this booming population. I want to say they even went into western Missouri. But I know they were all over the entire state of Oklahoma at one point. And that to me is something I would love to see back again, although because so much landscaping and stuff has gone on, I don't know that we ever will. because I really think that Bermuda grass has been a huge factor in their decline, disappearance. It's the kind of stuff they can't get under. It's the kind of stuff they have to like perch on top of, and then they can get picked off by birds a lot easier. They need that sandy, scrubby environment to nest in. And things like that. So I definitely think that's a role in it. I'm going to see if I can pull up that Texas Parks and Wildlife PBS show. Here we go. Texas Parks and Wildlife. Ooh. Okay. Trying to see if I can find the link to that specific episode. I may not be able to. If I can't, what I can do is link you to the channel, and I can guarantee you that if you check out that channel sooner or later, that episode will pop up if it's not already popped up. Let me just do the channel, and I'm going to drop that in the comments. Snakes on the Plains. Did you stop by their channel and you like him, Grim? Snakes on the Plains, dude's a good guy. He's a buddy of mine. That's the Texas Parks and Wildlife channel on YouTube. There should be some kind of information on there about, you might have to scroll through it and look for Texas horned lizard. But anyway, they like I said, they spoke with Andy Glusenkamp and John Davis, both amazing guys that I knew back in the day when dealing with Roundup type related issues, things like that. Will do. I'm not an expert on the South. Northwest. Gotcha. Understood, Arturo. Hey, DEA. Glad to have you on board tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to be on, but I figured I'd come do a live. Yeah, Grim, he has some great content. Definitely he does a good job at mixing his photography with the video aspects of it. And he's done a good job of bringing his YouTube channel along. And go back and hit some of my old videos, Grim. I need the support, especially over here. He is working towards monetization. And once again, I don't think he's ever going to like rely on it as like this amazing way to make a living or something. But I do know that he would not reject monetization if it came his way. And, that's... And he puts a lot into his videos. And we were talking about that earlier today, is we I put out a video with a lot less B-roll and a lot less other shots. Let me look at this. Hang on one second. Oh well, I can't find what I was looking for. Yeah, I'm with you, Grim. I hate the winter. We've got our first snow of 2022. We didn't get any snow in 2021. Well, in the fall of 2021, the winter of 2021. Or the last part of the year. We got some in February of 2021. We got a really crazy heavy snow. Like it was like 12 inches or something, which is unheard of for us. I'm kind of the same way. I absolutely hate winter unless I can go do a lot of salamandering. And sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It just kind of depends. I love looking for salamanders because it's just like any other field herping, flipping logs, flipping rocks, but it's not 100 degrees out there or 90 degrees out there. So, and there's not like a ton of mosquitoes and things. The mosquitoes will carry you off around here. And it's just been, it's kind of been a different year here. And I was talking to Adventures with Squatchy the other night, or this night, yeah, and I can't remember what day it is. And we were talking about how, we're struggling with things to film during this year or during the winter. Once again, like I've kind of kicked around doing some bird stuff. My people though, what I've found out with my channels is my people come to see reptiles and amphibians. It's almost like it's better that I don't upload anything than that. I mean, I do some aquatics videos from time to time. Not always a lot of things. And once again, like I was stating though, it's like, like I put up like footage of mammals or something, or footage of birds. It hasn't gone over well in the past. So we were discussing just kind of different things we could film that were, either, more year-round. Things like garter snakes. You'll see a garter snake in the middle of January if you get a 60-degree day and it's sunny. You may have to flip a few rocks. Or a line snake. Definitely can see those. Anyway, but he was telling me about another friend of ours, and this guy may actually wind up being in the chat before long. But it's a question that I keep getting asked over and over, and believe me, it's never a problem for me to answer it on the behalf of this one guy. But it's kind of like I get asked this question enough. I kind of figured might as well do a live and dedicate some time to it. The wrist is pretty good. They took out the last screw that I think they're going to remove. Got to go back on Tuesday and see, but right now it's really good. I'm not even taking pain meds. And so, I don't know that I could have hoped for any better than that, literally. But it's, but anyway, on shorts, okay, beyond prepping, glad you asked. What happens is the actual shorts function on YouTube, you can only upload it to the shorts platform if it's 15 seconds or less. If it's like a 30-second video, which is what me and Squatchy were discussing, and you upload it to shorts, it'll cut it off at 15 seconds, and then it'll publish that first 15 seconds of the video. So the question arises, how do you get a like a short that's like 45 seconds or 30 seconds uploaded to the shorts platform? Well, I want to say I learned this trick from Iron Dog Reptiles. I could be totally wrong. Could be totally off. But what you do is you take the video, and on the upload option on your YouTube Studio, like if you're uploading directly from your phone to YouTube Studio, it'll say create a short, upload a video, go live, and something else. I'd have to pull it up on my phone to see. Andrew, shorts, the actual little shorts tool has been doing the 15-second cutoff since I've been doing shorts. So however long it is, I don't know. But the trick around it is instead of create a short, just do upload a video. Upload the video vertically and then hashtag it shorts. Um, and then it will generally go into the shorts platform and appear with other people's shorts. I've tried it, seen it work, tested it. It's worked for me. Yeah, I don't know exactly when the shorts went from 59 seconds to 15. I think sometime around when I started messing with the shorts was when that happened. And my shorts have been generally way more popular than my other videos. So I've kind of kept them going both over here and on Roundup Rodeo, which is my sister channel. I should say my main channel. I just don't do my lives from there. There's some controversial footage of rattlesnake roundup type happenings over there on that channel. And I never intended that channel to grow, but it did. Um, so, I'm rolling with it while I've got a monetized platform. Um, yeah. And Andrew, that's what everyone was telling me was like people like with mad success with shorts. I mean, people with shorts that were getting 100,000 views on their shorts. I mean, I'm lucky to get 10,000 views on a short, but they were literally going or telling me to just upload it like a normal video and upload it like you would a short. Make sure it's vertical, and then just hashtag it shorts when it gets into uploading and all that stuff. And and then generally it throws it into the tool. And I don't know if it's as successful as the other shorts, but it seems to work in my case. I mean, it gets just as much traction as any of my other shorts that are 15 seconds or less. And anyway, neither here nor there. It's it's just kind of shorts are a good way to drive subs. You don't get any watch time out of them. I mean, they can. I mean, you can pull up your analytics and see that your shorts they do track watch time, but that doesn't count if you're trying to monetize. There's a lot of videos out there on YouTube on that. If you're interested in them, look them up because, good grief, lots of people done videos on them. DEA, let me ask you a question. Because you were in Oklahoma at one time, do you remember, we called them horny toads back in the day, but they were the Texas horned lizard. DEA, do you remember those being like in the area of town you lived in? Because I know where you used to live, and I know there's one colony not too far from there. And I would like to, I don't remember when you lived here or when you moved from here, but I remember back in the 70s and 80s, Texas horned lizards were all over the place. They were just, I'm kind of surprised that they were the state, or they weren't the state reptile. Of course, the mountain boomer's a good choice too, but anyway, I would be interested to know DEA if you saw Texas horned lizards back around that area of town you lived in, because west of Manford, I know where there's an active colony, and okay. You see, and if you spent time here growing up, you spent a lot of time outside, you inevitably ran across them in the late 70s and early to mid 80s, and then around the mid 80s, we just quit seeing them. It was kind of bizarre because, I for one never thought they would disappear from the landscape. I'm going to put this in the chat again. That should be the YouTube link to the Texas Parks and Wildlife PBS show on YouTube. And if you go into that link and filter down for Texas horned lizards, you should be able to come up with the episode I just saw, if it's been uploaded. If not, it will be, and it should be on that channel. That's right, you live between Manford and Tarleton. And you see there's a lot of farmland and a lot of unspoiled things still out that direction to this day. The city hasn't like grown up and taken over out there, so it's kind of a cool thing. But but anyway, it's definitely worth looking into. And pull up some YouTube videos on the Texas horned lizard, because that's something that I really wish we had around the state today. I keep a handful of captives, Grim Exotics. I keep like a Mexican black king snake. I have some North American spotted turtles. I have a North American yellow mud turtle. And that's about it. I'm really not into keeping as much these days. I'm much more into field herping and going out and seeing things in nature. Definitely what I want to do. In Florida, I'd catch the little gecko lizards. Oh, yeah. I understand beyond prepping. Yeah, and you see, that's what Texas horned lizards were for us in Oklahoma. We would, see a lot of those things around just everywhere. But once again, that was before the advent of, Bermuda grass, and before we were putting it in everywhere. Hey, Grim, message me at Wagner County Snake Hunter on Instagram. I can fill you into some more things over there. I don't want to shoot outside the scope of this live, at least not tonight. Hey, Ariel, I have to go back. I thought about messaging you, Ariel. I thought about messaging you and saying, hey, I'm live, come jump on. But then I kind of thought you hosted a long live earlier, and I was there for part of that live. It looked like a good live, but I'm going to have to go back and roll it all, because and I'm honestly interested in seeing all of that live, because that looked like it got into some good stuff. Yeah, and Andrew, that's what we were talking about before you got here. Is there several factors that could have played a role in the decline of the Texas horned lizard? One, the fire ants taking over, the harvester ants being ran out, the introduction of Bermuda grass, definitely habitat destructions played a role. Grim exotics in Texas and Oklahoma, they're illegal to keep. I do know that the San Antonio and the Fort Worth Zoo are both successfully breeding, I think, about 100 lizards a year. And that's one of the things they were showing on the show, which is why I think it's important to go check out, or at least worth your time to go check out, is they were showing where they were raising, 100, they hatch about 100, 120 lizards a year at either zoo, the Fort Worth or the San Antonio Zoo, and then they take them to ranch lands where they will be protected, and they turn them loose. And there's evidence that the populations are taking hold and that they're breeding and things like that. And for something that, used to be so blasted common, it's a shame that they're gone from the landscape today for the most part. They are breeding ants for their diet. They do have colonies of harvester ants that they use for food sources, things like that. And it was good stuff. It was definitely good stuff. But anyway, it's in that link that's in the chat. I'll probably try and put that same link in the comments afterwards. I may wait until I find the actual show and then link that, because that'll take you directly to the show, and then that's a good thing. Um, yeah, it's pretty amazing to see zoos really get into it and actually breed animals to release it back into the wild. It's something that's always talked about, but rarely practiced because it's kind of hard to take an animal raised in captivity and release it back into the wild if you want it to live. Like I know the Tampa Bay Zoo is releasing indigo snakes back into wildlands in Alabama where they're semi protected. They'll have a good chance at like repopulating there. And a friend of mine who was a former zookeeper here in Tulsa is actually in on that project, so I've got some inside insight to that program. And but anyway, I just kind of have those kinds of thoughts. It's nice when zoos can do stuff like that. It'd be nice if they could protect more habitat in China and re-release Chinese alligators. Or I think the Yangtze soft-shell turtle is now like officially extinct. I think there's like one left and it's male, and there's like no hope of. Um, I don't think there's any hope, if I recall right, of there. No one has any hope that there's another female Yangtze softshell out there. I mean, it's just that thing. It's like this massive, like well-sized softshell turtle that was in the Yangtze River, and I think the dam and the change in water flow affected both it and the Chinese alligator. And yeah, exactly, Grim. If we can stop destroying habitats, it would be nice. Black pines, oh gosh, those are one of my favorites. Dude, you've so got to do videos if you get those. Or just send me pics. And honestly, it would be worth the permit. Um, yeah, to me, it would be worth the permit headache and the costs and the red tape to work with animals like that. I mean, that would be really cool, if you ask me. Um, hey, DEA, glad you stopped by. I'm probably not going to be on much longer. I'll be really surprised if I go an hour tonight. My voice is already starting to drop. And I always appreciate you stopping by anytime you can. Hopefully, me and Gary can hook up real soon. That would be good. But once again, just to clear up the air on the shorts issue, because once again, it's the guy that I was told was asking about it. He can message me anytime. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up. Thank you. And he can message me anytime, but at the same time, it's like I keep answering the questions. So it's like there is a way to beat that and get your like 50-second, 45-second, 30-second videos still in the shorts function, still get them picked up by the tool. Just upload it like a regular video and hashtag it shorts. You do want to hashtag it shorts anyway, even if it's under 15 seconds, you can directly upload it. I think that YouTube's kind of making that move because that's what TikTok's doing. And so many people are designing their videos on TikTok and using their music and then turning around uploading them to YouTube Shorts. I don't do a lot of TikTok these days. What I do generally is Instagram Reels. I can take the same short and upload it to YouTube, Instagram Reels, and TikTok, and I will get like 4 or 5 times the mileage on Instagram Reels that I will on TikTok or YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts has been moderately successful for me when I look at my sub count, channel, and things like that, and release time. Instagram Reels has been incredibly successful for me. A lot of my videos really get noticed over there for some reason. And then I launched the same video to TikTok at the same time, and 10 people watch it, 15 people watch it, and people are like, well, you need to hashtag this, you need to hashtag that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, and so I do that. Like, I go out to TikTok and I hashtag, FYP or this or that or whatever they say to do it, and then put in some relevant hashtags like rattlesnake, Oklahoma, Texas, things like that. And it just doesn't work. And I can just upload it to IG or Instagram and not hashtag anything. Beyond Prepping, thank you for stopping by. I'm trying to get caught up on your newer videos, so bear with me. I am subbed to you, and you've got some good stuff on your channel. So I definitely appreciate you stopping by. And yeah, and we'll talk more lizards and frogs later. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to kick out a live tonight. I didn't want to be on real long. I just kind of figured, I can, do something, keep it under an hour, and then hopefully it's out there. And then we have an answer, and just all I have to do is drop someone a link, and they can watch it. And I might put the instructions in the comments after the live finishes. Just because, once again, it's something that gets asked around a lot. So, and then why not get the information out there? Because the people that I know that are asking are people that I want to see become successful. And them like me, this one guy is in Canada, and he is lucky to get 2 or 3 herping trips in a year, and that's all the guy cares about filming. I shouldn't say it's all he cares about filming, it's the bulk of what he likes to do. And he's a great guy, and but I think he's trying to do some shorts, maybe some bird-related stuff, and once again, they're just trying to figure out the ins and outs of it. But, gang, I'm going to go ahead and kill this pretty quick. Ariel, I will be on Instagram or Facebook Messenger after this for as long as I'm up. I don't expect to be up a lot longer. It's 2:30 here, 2:30 in the morning here. Hey, Gary Kelshaw, how are you doing? Good to see you here tonight. But anyway, I kind of feel like I've said what I needed to say, and got the information that I wanted to get out there. And Ariel, I still have to go back and catch the entire live of yours from today, because that looked interesting, and that looked like a topic I was all over. I wish I could get into that kind of stuff here. I just can't. And I'll have to fill you in on Messenger why I can't. But it'll make sense when I talk to you. Oh, Gary, that's cool. Glad you're here. I kind of didn't want to go on at the same time Ledka did, because I kind of didn't want to step on his toes, but at the same time, I generally play all of Ledka's lives too, and he knows, and he generally supports mine as well. So, I don't think there's going to be any stepping on of toes there. But anyway, just remember, if you're trying to upload something over 15 seconds to Shorts, it's not working on YouTube, just upload a video and keep it vertical. Do it like you would a short, and then when it gives you a chance to put in a title, just make sure you put in the title, #shorts, and then any other hashtags you have that are applicable along with the title, and then upload it. Now you can go back later and throw in a description in YouTube Studio, because I can't do it when I upload a short directly from my phone. I have to go back to YouTube Studio and do it that way. But anyway, I hope some of you guys got some good information out of this tonight. And if you didn't, well, I don't know. I need to do a better job next time. Or I just need to type something up and make a post somewhere. I don't know. I did get in. Excuse me, sorry. Gosh, I'm starting to yawn. That's bad. I normally don't. I normally don't get the yawns. You're right, Ariel, and that's kind of the thing I struggle with is like I really wanted to be part of your New Year's Eve or was it your Christmas Day? I can't remember. I wanted to be part of one of them and I got on for one of them and then um, it just like I couldn't make it back in time and the time difference was too great from where we were to where we are. But Ariel, that I go back and I get your lives. I've got you covered on that. Yeah, appreciate it. Helps. Yeah, Grim, I tell you what, you know what I do is like in a field herping type situation. I film a lot with my iPhone. Now, I do have like professional video cameras, things like that. A lot of times I can get just as good quality video with my iPhone. Save a little lighting and a little color issues, and then it's kind of just easier to port to my computer. I don't have to plug this, pull out the data card, and do this. I just hit a button and AirDrop. And then because I do so much macro of venomous with my iPhone, it's also your iPhone. If it takes a direct hit from a rattlesnake, it's not going to bust. I mean, you don't want to take a $1,000 camcorder and stick it right in the face of a rattlesnake. I mean, you could. I wouldn't recommend it. I may have to do that at some point in time. But what I do is like I mount my phone on a selfie stick type contraption. Sometimes I actually use a regular selfie stick. But what I do is like when I catch a snake, like I will like film like the first 15 seconds of it vertically so I can upload it to YouTube Shorts. And then just after I've got the short, go back to filming just the regular video of it and turn it back vertically and then go from there. I use an old I've got the I like the old selfie sticks. Like this is a Vivitar 42-inch shutter release. You have to buy the air cable. You have to buy the little connection that connects this to your iPhone. But this is an older model. It's not a Bluetooth. The button right there is what takes the picture, but it's been more reliable than my selfie sticks. The newer ones that I've used that have the Bluetooth, I literally just absolutely want to send those things back. Because like the Bluetooth, it works some of the time. Other times it doesn't pick up the phone signal, stuff like that. You're down in a valley, the Bluetooth doesn't work right. That is kind of all manual, and it just kind of goes. GoPro kind of sometimes it does. That's one aspect to GoPro that is like really good. Ariel, but the thing about GoPro is it kind of widens the picture so much that sometimes you get more of the background than you want. For the kind of thing I do, I haven't been really impressed with GoPro for doing what I do. I'm not saying it can't work for some people. I've seen a lot of people that get a lot of good stuff with it, but when you're really doing an up-close shot, it's also too jittery. It's an action cam, so it doesn't do. I mean, it can really capture some crisp video, no problems, but it also captures bumps, grinds, motions, things. If you jiggle your selfie stick a little bit, it's really more apparent on a GoPro footage than on like your basic iPhone footage. Hey Grim, that's pushed me off. Yeah, and you can actually change that with like the GoPro Hero 8 that I've used. You can put it in linear and it doesn't get the fisheye effect as much. But that's kind of just what I use my GoPro for, is the whole fisheye thing. I know people use them as vlog cams, webcams, and stuff like that. But for some reason, I use my phone. It seems to work. And then I've gotten really good at adapting my phone to my homemade selfie sticks. Now, Grim, hit me up for a little bit more information on Instagram. Shoot me a message. I probably won't get it tonight, but I will get it. I've modified my own selfie sticks where I take a board, and this isn't like really top secret. There's video out there of other people doing this, and I ripped it off from one of them. So I mean, like, who am I to say this is my proprietary information? But I put like 3 screws in a 2x4. Okay, so I can take, and what it is the way those screws are set up. I can take a phone and wedge it in this way. I can wedge it in this way. And your camera's still free up here from the screws. They come up to about here. And now, once again, there's no control, so you have to start the video before you slide it up to the animal. But on that 2x4, it stays fairly flat on the ground. So, sometimes you do pick up some noise from rocks and things. I'm kind of looking at ways to mitigate that. But you can like take a 2x4 and you can slide it up to a rattlesnake, and just get some really good up close, amazing footage. And some people are like, "What camera do you use? What camera do you use?" It's not the camera. It's just my iPhone 11. The camera on it is fairly good for doing that kind of video, but it's also getting in that close, and the iPhone can focus very close, like the iPhone can focus a lot closer than a lot of other cameras with lenses. Like I've got this Sony lens that I'm resting my phone on. I have to be like 3 feet away from the subject before I can focus in on that. And once again, that's a great lens. It's a great Sony kit lens, but you just like when you're doing a selfie stick or something, if you have steady hands, that helps. But literally, like, I've taken my own board and put like 3 or 4 screws in it in different places, kind of like this, kind of like a prong. And so you can wedge the body of the phone down in it. You just slide it right up to a rattlesnake, dude, or a copperhead or water moccasin, and get this totally, almost perfectly stable footage. Now, the bad point is it doesn't work really well for photos. Like if you're wanting to do photos that way, you'd want to definitely use a selfie stick because of that button. And once again, I hate the Bluetooths on the newer selfie sticks. I wish they would all go back to these Vivitar shutter release selfie sticks. These things are like gold. They have that button on it. You don't have to worry about a Bluetooth. You don't have to worry about your Wi-Fi signal if you're in a hill or a valley. And also the clamp on this thing, is like so much better than the ones on the others. Like I paid $100 for a Joby selfie stick, and the Bluetooth thing on it is so crappy. I almost wish I could go get my money back on it, because I got 2 of these. For like less than $5 at a garage sale, and then I went down to Best Buy and bought like a USB-C to Lightning cable for like $10. I think you can still get these. You have to find them like on Amazon, and they're either used or aftermarket. But Vivitar shutter release, look for them. Now, once again, that's not as good as the board. I use the board for a lot of things. Need to convert you to Samsung. Probably not happening, Ariel, because don't get me wrong, I've heard amazing things about this Samsung. I want to say DEA, who was in here earlier, was talking about a new phone that shoots in 8K, which I kind of think is like overkill for where we are with the technology at this point in time, but it would be good to have for the future. That S Pen with the Note series is the best remote ever. Far better than Bluetooth remotes. Are you talking about the Samsung phone or the Samsung selfie stick? Because what I'm talking about is a selfie stick, and it's not the phone. It's the actual Bluetooth contraption that comes with the selfie stick that I think has the problems. I could be wrong. I'm not a Bluetooth expert. But either way, the long and short of it all is, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And to me, getting the phone as close as possible, and you do want to use lens protectors and filters, things like that. You definitely want to use those sliding a phone up to a venomous snake, because inevitably your phone will take some hits. There have been times where I come home and my phone's just covered in like timber rattlesnake venom. I mean, it's just kind of is what it is. But anyway, Ariel, if I was gonna say, if you have a link on that Samsung, I would be interested in seeing it, because I'm hearing more and more about a phone that films like above 4K, and I know that some things are starting to chirp about 5K and 6K, and I'm not really so sure that it's kind of like 5 6 years ago, 1080 was doable and was an industry standard. Today it's 4K, and I mean these lives aren't in 4K. But and once again, if you get something good on video, it can be 720 pixels. I mean if you get something good, you get something good, and it can still take off. But yeah, I would like to know a little bit more about that Samsung Ariel. So maybe we hook up sometime this week when we can both talk, because I'm about due to, excuse me, yawning again. I'm about ready to upgrade my phone from like an 11 Pro to either the iPhone 13 Pro or the Samsung. I mean, I'm not saying I'm routing out some Samsung altogether. It's just with iPhones you can airdrop straight to an iMac, and it just becomes really easy. Hey Grim, I know Dana at Midwest. I've been buying snake hooks from that guy for years. Maybe I can talk to him. Maybe I can put the bug in his ear. Maybe I could help him design it. I don't know. And you see, that's what I top out at on my phone is 4K 60 frames per second. And excuse me. I think I need to like get some kind of is it Vegas Resolve that Steve was telling me about? Vegas Resolve, Sony Resolve, something. There's a free software program out there that is apparently almost as robust as Adobe, and it's free. There is a paid version of it, so you want to make sure you get the non-pay version of it. I want to say it's Vegas something. But anyway, that's topic for another day. Check out the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve. That's it, Ariel. Is that what you use? Because I've heard some like amazingly wicked things about it and seen some incredible videos produced with it. Willie from VC has his feeding tongue rig set up. You haven't watched Venom Central in ages. Feeding tongue rig set up. I don't doubt that he's got something cool. And that might be like worth, I don't know, checking out one of his videos one of these days. I used to watch every video he made. I just haven't been around his channel in a while. But DaVinci Resolve is I'm pretty sure I'm almost 100% sure that's what I'm thinking about. But remember, in ending, to do a short that is over 15 seconds long, but yet under a minute. I don't know if this works over a minute. I know it works under a minute. Upload it just like you would upload a video, then hashtag it shorts. And problem solved. I mean, and anyway, with that, guys, I am going to paint in. I understand, Ariel. Believe me, I understand. It's a pain in the butt. I'm lucky I've got an iMac. I actually got two of them. I just, one of them's kind of disabled right now. I need to have a guy work on it and get it working again. Under a minute for shorts, yeah, Grim. I don't know that if even if you hashtag it shorts and it's over a minute, if it will take. And I think that's something to do with the software, because originally when YouTube rolled out shorts, it was like under 59 seconds. It had to be under a minute. Now they've kicked it down to 15 seconds, which I think has something to do with TikTok. They're trying to compete with whatever, whichever. I don't really know, but that is my guess. But gang, with that, if I had a decent computer, I'd do the Resolve. Well, I've actually got a decent computer, and I need to do the Resolve myself. I've just got to I've got to sit down for like a week and do nothing but organize files on my computer and get stuff off my computer hard drive onto portable hard drives. I need to do so much maintenance work. I don't know that my computer's going to be worth a crap until I do that and free up some RAM. So, but anyway, guys, closing in on an hour. I'm going to get out of here. I'll be on Messenger. Hit me up if you want to. I may be here, I may not. I may fall over and go to sleep. It's cold here, and the cold weather makes me want to sleep. And you sure can't even go do anything outside right now because there's ice on the ground. Just really hate this time of year. I want it to be 60 and 70 and sunny, and I want the critters to start moving again. But Arturo DEA, Ariel, Grim, Beyond Prepping, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Reptile Feedings, hey, glad you stopped by, Reptile. Arturo, Survival, always good to see you guys. And once again, please forgive me if you haven't seen me in a while. I'm getting caught up on things. Been running a little bit behind due to my arm surgery issues. Guys, Hitcher 111 just popped off. I'm glad he did. He released an incredible video this week. It's called Winter in Premiere. Correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, Hitcher. But he shows all this land in Russia, and I think it's where he herps. Correct me in the chat, Hitcher, if I'm wrong. But a matter of fact, hang on, let me do this. Because I want you guys to see this video so much. Winter in Premiere. I'm going to go ahead and copy a link to this and put it in the chat of this video. This is my friend Hitcher's latest video. It is definitely, yeah, Grim. I mean, the guy gets field herp footage of Russian rat, snakes, and tiger killbacks. I mean, no one else does that. No one. Lou B does it once in a while. I think Lou B gets some killbacks once in a while. Of course, granted, he's got that advantage. He's an airline pilot. He gets to fly over there. Hitcher, this is Hitcher's new video. That one I just put in. Please go click on that and give it a play. I'm more concerned about you clicking on that and giving it a play than you are rolling this live. So anyway, but guys, hit me up on Messenger if you have questions about the shorts. Leave it in the comment section below if you don't have Messenger or Instagram or Facebook or any of the ways I keep in touch with people. I know me and Hitcher have tried to email each other before and it hasn't worked out so well. So leave me a comment on the video after the video. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. Love every single one of you. And I'm glad, like, the cream of the crop showed up tonight. DEA, Ariel, Graham, Hitcher. You guys are all just awesome to me. Beyond Prepping, Arturo, Reptile Feedings. This was just, it wasn't the biggest live I've done, but it has been one of the best for sure. And I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to hopefully go get some sleep. You guys take it easy, and I'll be in touch with you all soon.